Namaste viewers. I am Dr. Poorvi Jayaaraaj. I am a drugless therapist and a doctor of alternative medicine. Dream big, chase your goal, work hard towards it. Aren't these the most common words we have heard from our mentors or our well-wishers? Yes, we are all in the race to chase our own individualized goals or objectives, isn't it? But in this process, most of us get into the trap of being extremely anxious about being or not being capable of fulfilling our dreams. The chart that we put, the blueprint that we visualize to fulfill certain goals or objectives most often demoralizes us or puts us in deep panic when we feel we cannot chase them appropriately, or for some reason we weren't there and we couldn't fulfill the desire of our loved ones or people who had high expectations on us. Now this particularly happens if we have set ignorant goals. Yes, ignorant. Just recall those moments in childhood when you were unwilling to study or you didn't have a good mood or a right frame of mind to go through those lengthy answers in the textbook. Do you remember or recall what your parents or teachers said? What was their motivational statement for you to be able to study that or mug that up or to be able to gain good marks? If you don't study now, how will you earn good salary in future? How will you be able to buy whatever you want? This was the most inspirational stuff that most of our mentors or teachers or parents taught us, isn't it? I'm not saying this is totally wrong, but creating a statement which probably has an inspiration of just gaining certain materialistic gains definitely isn't something that your heart is calling for. As in, this definitely is one of the things that makes us happy. Feeling abundant, rich, prosperous definitely is a need. But then to experience or explore real happiness in the long run, to be of real service to humanity, to the society or to the nature in real, chasing just one materialistic goal definitely isn't enough. I'm not saying that chasing a materialistic goal is something that makes you incomplete, but if that is the objective that you've been working throughout the major part of your life, then after you achieve that, you are bound to experience a deep discontentment or probably start wondering, is this all that I wanted to do in life? Is there no other better reason why I'm surviving, isn't it? Most of us, when we are aspiring for something at the materialistic plane, we are capable of doing more than what we dreamt of what was dictated to us from childhood by our loved ones or mentors. We have all experienced that at one point of time or the other. So friends, it is of utmost importance that you jot down your plans or goals appropriately and intelligently. Yes, it is important that you understand that there are many dimensions to goals, objectives and purposes of why we are here in human form. Now trust me, jotting down your goals appropriately and understanding the holistic view of why we truly are surviving here on earth helps us to gain better mental peace as well. Definitely yes. Seeing that there's more to life helps us to feel that divine bliss deep within our heart, which is not usually dependent on some object or chasing some materialistic dream, but experiencing that divinity deep inside you through probably exploring a sort of art or showing some sort of kindness or even understanding how you can overgrow your own limitations effectively. Today, I am going to share with you what are the different types or segments of goals that we should all think about and start working towards. I am going to give you the heading and a couple of examples so that you can also put your personalized chart. Do you remember the josh or the energy with which you started this year? The resolution that you declared for yourself in the beginning of the year? With just few months left, my dear friends, in this year, it is now time to understand whether you are having a multi-dimensional real growth or you're just chasing something that you were dictated by somebody for their own happiness so that you could fulfill the discontentment that they underwent. We should definitely or never be victim of such an agenda, isn't it? Well, here is a list. First thing is, you got to understand what your physical goals really are. So here is an example: drinking more water, or eating natural food, organic food, going for cycling at least 3 days a week. These could be some of the things that can come under the physical goals. Of course, most of them, right, I have to cut down so many kgs and etc. It also depends on what are the physical ailments that you want to work on through. The other part is emotional goal. You should also know appropriately that we are all definitely emotional beings as well, and not working on emotional well-being can impact your overall peace. So, it is time now to jot down what could be your most important emotional goals. Some of the examples are: increase self-love, stop cursing others, stop blaming others, work towards being able to handle criticism more effectively, etc. The second part, emotional well-being, is also closely connected with spiritual enhancement. So you should also jot down what could be your most effective spiritual goals that you can work on. Some of the examples could be doing some satsang or kirtan regularly with the family members, or probably with spiritual group, reading Vedic books I have written. So depending on what your calling is, what your heart is really calling for, you can jot them down too. There are many other segments which I will quickly read through. Intellectual goals like reading books, family and love goals like being of better service to your family, being there with compassion and kindness, giving more time to them. Some people even feel being able to participate in the dinner at least 3 days a week is important, because of the hectic schedule that we all have, that also becomes a tedious job nowadays. Well, social goals, for example, growing at least 100 plants this year, or participating in spiritual tours, being able to teach some spiritual stuff to children, and etc. Behavioral goals, we often feel being in a good MNC, or probably in a sophisticated role, or being in an affluent family fulfills most of them, but then definitely not. If your behavior is not in tune with the caliber that you really want to carry, then I am sure you will not be able to enjoy that contentment that you really deserve. So working towards certain little things like being able to listen more, being able to manage anger and things like that can be in your goal list. Finance and business goal can definitely be a part of it. I need not say anything much about it. Depending on what your business or your profession is, you can plan it accordingly. There are many other aspects, dear friends, where you can look at your life with better meaning to it. So working towards all this and seeing whether your lifestyle, your attitude, your perceptions and perspectives are all in team, as a team, working together to achieve the real goal that you are here to fulfill. I call that as purpose. So please understand that there is a clear bifurcation between goal and purpose. So jot your purpose down, make that as a priority, and plan your goals accordingly. Your purpose is never restricted to being in a materialistic rat race. Your purpose can mean that you are exploring happiness and also spreading it to a lot of other people. I hope this information was helpful for you. Getting clarity about where you want to go helps you to be in peace with your own self mentally and emotionally. Next time I'll meet you again with another important information on drugless therapy. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again. Namaste.